governments and people of both Koreas.
On the news tonight, President Buhari pledges Nigeria's absolute support to peace efforts on the Korean Peninsula. Supreme Court throws out Executive Order 10, which seeks financial autonomy to state judiciary.
We are not letting down our guard as we have continued to evolve and enhance control measures.
Also tonight, NYSC threatens sanctions against violation of mobilization process by institutions as the countdown to the Nigerian university game begins. Hello, good evening. This is NTA Network News. We are live in Abuja. I am Jummai Yusuf. Adiola Kami Akere is in our Lagos studio, and Sadia Umar Digi will join us later from our Sokoto studios. You're welcome. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, or on your YouTube channel, NTA News Online. You can also visit our Twitter at NTA News Now, our Facebook page, NTA Network News, and Instagram, NTA Network for updates. Let's get the news. Nigeria says it is committed to supporting efforts at bringing peaceful resolution and reconciliation on the Korean Peninsula. President Muhammadu Buhari stated this in his address to the World Summit 2022, organized by the Universal Peace Federation. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that the hybrid summit has as its theme reconciliation and peace in the Korean Peninsula through multi-sectoral peace-building initiatives in Asia and in the world.
The four-day summit, a convergence of global leaders and intellectuals taking place in Seoul, South Korea, is exploring ways towards achieving peaceful reconciliation on the Korean Peninsula. In his virtual address to the summit, President Muhammadu Buhari said the Korean Peninsula has been a flashpoint of conflict lingering many decades and therefore deserving the attention of world leaders for a peaceful resolution.
The Nigerian government encourages and supports every effort to promote understanding and a commitment to peace among the governments and people of both Koreas, and has for a long time maintained relations with them at ambassadorial level. We have enjoyed cordial relations with both Koreas in trade and commerce, education, cultural exchange, and technology transfer.
The Korean situation, as defined by its history and geography, the president said, is unique in the sense that as the only nation in the Asia-Pacific region that remains divided since the Cold War era, peace on the Korean Peninsula has far-reaching implications to the region, if not the world at large.
And so, when it comes to what needs to be done to ensure lasting peace on the peninsula, we are happy to be part of it. All countries have one crisis or the other that they are dealing with. What is important is the commitment to arrive at a true and lasting peace through the most peaceful process.
Certain examples with his administration's comprehensive peace plan for the Northeast, as well as other peace-building and conflict management practices being institutionalized, President Buhari said strong support will continue to be provided to peace initiatives and efforts in the West African sub-region.
We shall continue to pioneer and collaborate with all such efforts in resolving conflicts and bringing lasting peace and security to the West African sub-region. We are open to continuous partnerships with both local and international organizations, such as the Universal Peace Federation, to achieve lasting peace in the world. I am optimistic that if we prioritize mutual cooperation and peaceful coexistence, the growth and prosperity of humanity is assured.
The president called on participants, especially the global leaders, to not only join efforts, but genuinely commit themselves towards achieving a just and peaceful world. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Let's shift our attention to politics as Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, have been directed to ensure that young people with the requisite skills and experience are considered for appointment in the board and commission of the federal government. President Muhammadu Buhari, who gave the directive while receiving members of the APC National Youth Lobby Committee, said this will go a long way towards encouraging learning and monitoring in both government and politics. State House correspondent Adam Sambo has the report.
The National Youth Lobby Committee of the governing All Progressives Congress, comprising accomplished young men and women who have demonstrated capacity and commitment to the APC, is led by the party's national youth leader, Ismail Ahmad. The committee is here to, amongst others, present the report of the National Youth Conference held last year, as well as advocate a fair share for Nigerian youth in governance.
What we are saying is that there has to be a recruitment model for leadership, because leadership is a quality, it's not a position. You have demonstrated that by your personal example, Mr. President. You have willing young people that would come in. Speak for us when we are not there, Mr. President, like you have always done. There are so many people who are looking for opportunities.
President Muhammadu Buhari, who commended members of the APC Youth Lobby Group for the work being done for the governing party, said he is proud of their achievements so far. He said government alone cannot cater for the large and youthful population of the country, but an enabling environment can be created for their ideas to be incubated, nourished, and implemented.
APC must be made attractive for younger people to continuously take ownership of it, because that is the future. That is what progress means. I assure you that in me, you have a champion and an advocate of youth inclusion.
The president promised that the APC Youth Conference report will receive his personal attention, as recommendations that are within his limits will be favorably considered. He directed the SGF, Boss Mustafa, to come up with a list of young party members of exemplary character for consideration into boards and commissions that are yet to be constituted.
Hard-working and exemplary individuals should be identified, encouraged, and mentored. It should be a deliberate policy of the progressives in ensuring that you have a robust succession plan in place. You are not begging, but negotiating, taking a claim and seeking to add value, which is admirable.
President Buhari urged the APC National Youth Lobby Group to help ensure the success of the forthcoming National Convention of the party, as well as the Ekiti and Osun governorship elections. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
A new working document, an amended constitution, is close to being produced ahead of the February 26, 2022 All Progressives Congress National Convention. The Governor Mai Mala Buni-led Chairman Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee said the proposed amended constitution, when approved and ratified by the highest decision organ of the party, will clarify the ambiguities in the 2014 constitution. Saliu Gwanara reports.
Since its formation as a political party in 2013, APC Constitution 2014 as amended has been the only working document. The document, political analysts say, has played a significant role in guiding the party to electoral victory on the national stage in 2015 and 2019. The Governor Mai Mala Buni-led CECPC has added the review of the party's constitution to its task of building a stronger party. Already, the CECPC, through its National Secretary, John James Akpan Odoedehe, in a statement said, party faithful, particularly members of the National Convention, have been served notice of the proposed amendment in accordance with Article 33 of the All Progressives Congress Constitution, which provides for constitutional amendment, whose proposals include the introduction of National Advisory Council, which replaces Board of Trustees, and the creation of Zonal Congress, recognition and expansion of platforms for participation of critical groups such as women, youth, and persons with disabilities, clarification of the powers of the National Executive Committee, NEC, and the National Working Committee, NWC, as well as disciplinary procedures, amongst other issues. Come February 26, 2022, when the proposed amended document is ratified and adopted, stakeholders of the party are expectant that it will rebrand APC ahead of the general elections. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
To other news now, Presidential Order 7 has reawakened construction on critical roads across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Abdullahi Muhammad reports that the NNPC tax credit as one of the fallout of the order has put to rest reactions of frustrated road travelers, especially on a particular road which truck drivers ply frequently.
Lambata Bida Road was a thorn in the neck of motorists, especially truck drivers. But just like a floating badge on the calm waters of the sea, the motorists and truck drivers now roll their wheels.
We are happy with the government of Baba Buhari.
But the dust is still rising as contractors imbibe the spirit of the 100-meter sprint in their work approach to meet completion deadline.
This is one of the NNPC financed through tax credit. And the promise is that it's going to be financed to finish, not that it will be financed midway. So this road will be finished in good time.
The road has completed up to 46 kilometers, which is like 36%. And we intend to finish the road up to Lapai, which is kilometer 60, before the next rainy season.
The same pace applies to the dualization of Suleja Mina Highway. The bridges for the additional lane takes shape, and so the lane of asphalt.
We already benefit of the first payment about the program of NNPC.
This is the magic of the NNPC 621 billion naira tax fund, which keeps contractors on site with set completion target in sight.
On the Suleja Abuja Highway, Abdullah Muhammad, NTA News.
Attempts by the present administration to ensure the independence of the judiciary and legislature and liberate the judiciary from the bondage of state government's interference in its finances has suffered a major setback following the decision of the Supreme Court to void the Executive Order 10 signed by President Muhammadu Buhari. The executive order is to grant financial autonomy to the state's judiciary and legislature to enable them operate independently like the order arms. In a split decision of 6 justices to 1, the Apex Court held that the Executive Order 10 was inconsistent with the 1999 Constitution. The judgment was read by Justice Mohammed Dattijo in the suit by the 36 states against the federal government. The court, however, rejected the request of the 36 state governments for an order compelling the federal government to fund capital projects in some courts. The court equally declined to grant an order compelling the federal government to pay the 36 states governors 66 billion naira, being an amount spent on capital projects for the 3 courts in the states. And joining me now in the studio to discuss on the court ruling is Dr. Kayode Ajilo, and he'll give us insight into the latest development with Executive Order 10. Now, welcome to Network News.
Thank you very much.
The order was signed in May 2020 and, granting autonomy to the legislature and judiciary. Today, that order has been denied the federal government. How huge is the impact of this offset?
Well, I wouldn't like to call it an offset because by taking this step, the president has already let us know the way to go. And mind you, this is constitutional provision that the way the autonomy of the judiciary and legislature, as it is in the Constitution, remain as it is. But we need to interrogate what the Supreme Court did today. Their decision is so perfect in the sense that not that they have any fault with what the intention of the president, but the issue of encroachment, because today in Nigeria we have federal system of government where we have this federal government and state government. And the position here is by signing the executive order, it is like he's ordering, particularly when there's autonomy between the state and the federal. To them, it's more like encroachment on the power of the state. So as it is, that position of autonomy stand, it is the duty of the state to ensure that that autonomy starts, particularly being a constitutional provision. But we must commend the president for taking this bold step. At least we are discussing it. And I'm sure it is more like letting them know that this is the way to follow.
So what was the intention of the president in signing this law?
The intention of the president, and that's what I said earlier, is to ensure that this constitution has already stated the essence of autonomy. There must be independence of the judiciary and independence of the legislature. As it is, the intention is to ensure that, and the key kudos must be given to the president. We've been talking of restructuring. Restructuring starts from ensuring that the right things must be done. There must be independence of judiciary and independence of legislature. So as it is, I think kudos to both parties.
So why do you think there was so much resistance to Executive Order 10, knowing that it is meant to strengthen Nigeria's democracy?
I don't want to believe that there's resistance because this issue of law. The resistance here is, as state governors, I'm a sovereign of my state. I have power of what I need to do. As the president, you have your power with the federation. So as it is, their problem basically is to the fact that you can't lord over, you can't direct us. This is our state, we know how to govern it. And I believe in a way to govern is to ensure that that intention of the president speaks in their administration.
Do you think going forward maybe something better will come out of it?
Certainly something better, because it is like the president has given an intention, has tried to let them pointed to the way forward. This is the best way to do it, and that is why today the Supreme Court has said the executive order should not be, but one thing is so clear: the state governors should take the cue, follow the position of the Constitution, and ensure that there is autonomy for the judiciary and the legislature, and I believe that is what we should take home from.
What do you think the reaction of the legislature and the judiciary will be like?
The reaction, of course, it may sound like a setback as you put it, but we should not forget that this is the provision of the Constitution in which at all time will be given its literary interpretation, and that is there must be an autonomy, and it is the duty of those chief executive of the state to ensure that this takes place.
Okay,
even if today they should sign their own executive order in each of the states and to ensure this autonomy, I think that is what will be the next line of action. It's visible, and some states are already doing that. It is for all the states to ensure and, if possible, to give credence to the intention of the president, because it's laudable. It's revolutionary from the way it is, and we must commend him and we must thank him for taking that step.
Okay, Dr. Kayode Ajilo, thank you so much for your insight into the Executive Order 10 and what the Supreme Court has ruled. It's been a pleasure having you on Network News.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Time for our first break. We will be back shortly.
Senator Tanko Almakura, a man who believes in the philosophy of the broom. He believes that sticks of broom on their own will break. Hence, his insistence that the sticks must be brought and held together for them to serve any purpose. We saw him apply this philosophy as two-term governor of Nasarawa State. Still, as a chieftain of the governing All Progressives Congress, APC, he has been the unifying factor among all shades of party members, not just in Nasarawa State and North Central alone, but even beyond. Senator Tanko Almakura is the man APC needs to heal aggrieved hearts, to unite existing members and draw more members to the party from all nooks and crannies of the country. Senator Tanko Almakura, the broom that will unite APC and smoothly mend all cracks within the party structures at local, state and national levels. Vote Senator Tanko Almakura as the APC national chairman to give the APC the unity and fairness it needs to keep winning elections at all levels.
You won't go shake your body. Instead, they make it calm down. He the farm say he's happy. You want to grow 6 packs in a day. I beg you not to pass your power. You want
your size. Find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, ANAN, invites members to the first session of 2022 Mandatory Continuing Professional Development MCPD program. Theme: Contemporary Development in Public Sector Accounting. Date is Monday, February 28 to Wednesday, March 2nd, 2022. Time 9 a.m. daily. Venue: M&M Event Center, 900 Herbert Macaulay Way, beside International Conference Center, Abuja. Chief host: Reverend Canon Professor Benjamin Chuka Osisioma, FCNA, President and Chairman of Council. Signed, Dr. Nuruddin Abba Abdullahi, MNI, FCNA, Chief Executive Officer, Announcer. ANAN, a premium brand of choice.
At the heart of your waking up and going out is your desire to succeed. This keeps you awake, running through your mind, even when bathing. At Bedmate, we understand and remain your partners in providing you durable furniture that helps you work better and introduces you as a person of good taste. That's why from 13 January to 20 February 2022, you can own items in a Sophia Office series at incredible discounts of 20% off with amazing gifts too. Hurry now to our showrooms to enjoy this limited offer like many others needing high-performance work tools to success.
I dey look for pension fund administrator. Way soft, make sense, we care for me. Shy. No be the time when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Oh no. The brand is sure them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. You no go regret when you try, of course. Investment, everything is just a blend. If you know what is good for you, guy make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
Frank Lampard will look to start his reign as Everton boss with all 3 points when his side meets the Whites at Goodison Park. This Saturday, it's Everton versus Leeds United on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu and powered by Integral.
You're welcome back. You can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and on YouTube channel NTA News Online. You can also visit our Twitter at NTA News Now, our Facebook page NTA Network News, and Instagram page NTA Network for updates. Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed has kick-started a nationwide consultation in running for presidency come 2023. He was at the Abuja residence of former President Goodluck Jonathan to seek his support and blessing. Emmanuel Anyimiro reports.
I have come to my father to tell you that we have developed a small roadmap and a plan. And because time is running out, we must seek your blessing and your support.
I know that you're a focused person. And I know that if by divine providence, with the support of Nigeria and God, you become the president of Nigeria, you will do well.
Governor Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State is a political son to former President Goodluck Jonathan and is therefore beginning his new political ambition by consulting his former boss. The new step, Professor Ntalive says, is a response to the clarion calls across the nation for Governor Bala Mohammed to run for presidency in 2023.
It is a wise counsel from Mr. President that will guide every step he will take. It is his advice that will enrich and ennoble his aspiration and then encourage him further.
Bala Mohammed camp says Nigerians will be kept abreast At the end of the consultations, Emmanuel Ayemiro, NTA News.
The presidency has made a strong case for Nigerians to at all times take the path of honor by embarking on activities consciously towards promoting the oneness and unity of the country. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, threw this challenge while receiving in audience officials of the Black Apple Media Group. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has the details.
The Black Apple Media Group is a production outfit devoted to making movies and documentaries towards the promotion of unity and peaceful coexistence in Nigeria. The group, led by Andy Chuku, is seeking collaboration and support for its new movie project, The Hero, aimed at, amongst others, tackling the impact of fake news on social media.
We didn't just produce this movie for producing sake. It is produced to educate the people on the need for us to stay in peace, on the need for us to stay united, on the need for us to encourage peaceful coexistence.
Presidential spokesperson Femi Adesina said the initiative is one that every well-meaning Nigerian should be happy to hear about and support, especially as it promotes unity, peaceful coexistence, and indeed nationhood.
Anything that will promote unity, that will promote togetherness, that will show the evil of fake news, hate speech, is something that should be supported. So I want to assure you that as the media office of Mr. President, we will support this initiative.
Reaffirming the commitment of President Muhammadu Buhari to the unity of Nigeria, Mr. Adesina said all those who are trying to cause commotion, disunity, and dismemberment of the country are just struggling in vain, as Nigeria will remain one and indivisible. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Now, the Police Service Commission has deferred decision on the case involving suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police Abu Kyari, who was indicted by a report of the Federal Bureau of Investigation of the United States. The commission, in a statement, also directed for the investigation by a different panel of the force within 2 weeks. Meanwhile, the commission has reaffirmed its earlier decision to exonerate SP Shaba Adamu Boyako, a former Chief Security Officer to former Inspector General of Police, with a view to safeguarding the corporate image and defend institutional integrity of the force. It directed the Inspector General of Police to implement its decision as it affects the officer without delay. Similarly, the Commission also considered and approved the promotion of 89 staff of the Commission, with a promise to ensure that staff promotion will continue to receive priority attention. The FCT Police Command has... My apologies. The Nigerian media is a critical stakeholder in every sphere of nationhood, from the military days to the present democratic dispensation. Asabete Nimu Williams reports that this was a submission of speakers at an award/lecture by the Daily Asset newspaper in Abuja. Details will come your way later in the course of the bulletin. And for Nigeria to get to the promised land, there must be conscious and deliberate effort in choosing who leads and governs the country. This was unanimously re-echoed at the inauguration of the Nigeria Agenda Advocacy Group in Kano.
Poverty, insecurity, among others, are challenges faced by the country, even as successive governments try to address them. The convergence of these stakeholders, cutting across political, civil society, religious and other social groups, are of the view that citizens' engagement in government is essential in political and economic emancipation of the country. To achieve this, the stakeholders say citizens must embrace unity.
What we are trying to do is to harvest all these discussions, convert them to political discussions, and of course engender some political action in the interest of the citizens of this great country.
Chief Advocate of the Nigerian Agenda, Ni Akinsiju, said the choice of Kano for the Northwest meeting is the fact that the state has long history of citizens' participation dating back to the era of Talakawa movement.
Going forward, we should be able to say the person that will replace President Muhammad Buhari must be a person of capacity and capability and, of course, wide, broad vision.
Other stakeholders called for peace and unity to achieve the nation's common goal. In Kano, Amin Umar, NTA News.
The Director General National Youth Service Corps has cautioned core-producing institutions on abuse of the NYSC mobilization process. Speaking at the 2022 pre-mobilization workshop in Abuja, Major General Shoaibu Ibrahim noted that national sanctions apply to defaulting institutions. Olaika Ojo reports.
Are student affairs officers and other relevant stakeholders in the NYSC mobilization process.
There is a growing trend of disparity between upload by core-producing institutions and the information supplied by prospective core members during online registration.
Adamu Yeba is the Student Affairs Officer, College of Agriculture, Jalingo, and a participant at this workshop. His knowledge and experience of the NYSC mobilization process paints the picture of some issues.
One of our basic challenges in most cases is with our various students. The challenge is sometimes you discover that when a student has been given admission, he will be coming with 2 names. But when he go to JAMB to register, he will be registering with 3 names.
To nip in the bud some of these concerns outlined by Yeba and others, this workshop seeks the enhancement of the credibility of the mobilization process through effective data control.
We are not letting down our guard as we have continued to evolve and enhance control measures, including those that are technological driven.
The pre-mobilization workshop also applauded government's approval for the setting up of NYSC TV. Olainka Ojo, NTA News.
The final ceremony of the Kwara State Quranic recitation competition has been held in Ilorin with a call on parents to ensure their children acquire both Western and Quranic education. Aisha Abubakar Yahya reports.
The of Al-Quran was displayed as commanded by Allah to read the Holy Quran with one's sweetest voice. The event is a culmination of various painstaking and keenly contested stages of the competition, which started from the local government level. The idea is to further improve the quality of participants through ensuring series of competitions to prepare them for the national stage of the competition. Speakers at the event, including the representative of the governor, commended the organizers and called on parents to accord priority to both Western and Islamic education of their children.
I commend the reciter by their commitment to Islamic education and encourage them to grow along honorable path.
Professor Nasser Abdusalam, delivering his lecture entitled Merits of Quran and Battle of its Memorization, stressed the need for Muslims to strive to understand the meaning of the Quran they memorize for a better society.
It is Al-Quran that enables us to establish what are the facts, what are the wrong things.
Awards were presented to the winners of different categories of the competition. Aisha Abubakar Yahya, NTA News.
The Nigerian media is a critical stakeholder in every sphere of this nationhood, from the military days to the present democratic dispensation. Asabe Tanimu Williams reports that this was the submission of speakers at an award/lecture by the Daily Asset newspaper in Abuja.
Nigerian media has continued to advance and stabilize the democratic structure of Nigerian state by promoting the fundamental freedom of the Nigerian people. It is against this backdrop that the organizers of this award brought together dignitaries from all walks of life to celebrate the pen profession.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, the nation is watching, and so it requires for you to do your very best in the opportunity that God and the nation affords you.
In any culture, effective and democratic media are an essential part and indisputable for societies trying to make a transition towards peace and democracy.
It is the media is able to prevent bad things happening in the country. And if the media is under attack, then the whole country is under attack.
It is a platform that indeed is capable
of promoting peace and development of this nation.
The media, having been vested with the constitutional mandate of holding to account, is now pertinent as the country counts down to the 2023 general elections. Hence, this ceremony is instructive towards encouraging media managers and stakeholders in ensuring they remain steadfast. Distinguished personalities were awarded for their outstanding contributions to national development. Asibe Williams, NTA News.
Time now to join Adiola in our Lagos studio for more on Network News. Hello, Adiola.
Hello, Jumai. With increase in drug abuse comes the prevalence in crime. And as a way of nipping this in the bud, the Nigerian Customs Service has heightened surveillance on illegal and indiscriminate importation of hard drugs. This time, the Kirikiri lighted terminal of a service intercepted 2 40-foot containers laden with codeine and sex-enhancing drugs worth 210 million naira. Michael Olaleye reports.
Large volume of containers with none showing any element of distrust, but the customs, armed with shared information, was quick to identify these two because the importer has been on the wanted list for a while.
We have a total of 2,875 cartons of cough syrup containing codeine. We have 383 cartons of the drug Viagra, which I said is the pharmaceutical equivalent of Viagra. You are all witnesses to the security challenges we are facing in this country, and you are aware of the link between drug abuse and ongoing security challenges.
The content, as declared by the manifest, indicated hotpots in form of food flasks, and this, the customs say, is not just a matter of false declaration, but import prohibition and restriction. What then be the imagination of the Kirikiri lighted terminal of the customs service is that the drugs imported from India were marked as for export alone, raising more suspicion on their quality and standard.
There is no evidence of regulatory approval from NAFDAC for this import. So this is very telling, the extent to which some Nigerians will go.
There are efforts to apprehend and bring perpetrators of illegal importation to book, but the Kirikiri lighted terminal of the Nigeria Customs Service is also intensifying the tempo of curbing illicit trade within its area of responsibility. In Lagos, Michael Olaleye, NTA News.
The first edition of Wow, Wash and Win Millions promo, initiated by Henkel Nigeria, makers of one of a trusted and reliable washing detergent powder and skincare product, has come to an end. Annie Daniels reports that 3 young Nigerians from different parts of the country emerged winners.
Win Millions promo.
This life-changing initiative by Henkel Nigeria began in 2021 at the company's launch of its first promo tagged Wow, Wash and Win Millions promo. It was in different categories. The instant reward and Wow Millionaire, with more than 400,000 participants across the states, had 23,000 consumers across Nigeria who won various prizes ranging from 150 naira to 50,000 naira daily, with a grand prize of 1 million naira. Chamaka Chijoke, resident in Abuja, Matthew Achieve, and Ahmad Abdullahi, both from Taraba State. All entrepreneurs could not hide their joy as they received this unexpected gesture from Henkel Wow Nigeria.
And I've seen that it's for real. I'm grateful. I want to say a very big thanks to Wow.
I was so excited when I got the news. I was even driving. I just parked by the side and started saying, wow, 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 is great.
Winner and second runner-up, Nigerian Idol Season 6, and Wow first and second ambassadors, Akonna Okechukwu and Kingdom Crusade, speak more on the quality of Wow products.
Wow is the best detergent in Nigeria. Even from the pack, the outward appearance, it stands out, it's distinct.
It has a particular unique detergent that actually helps with colors. I personally use it too, and it helps my colorful clothes.
Chairman and Managing Director, Wow Nigeria, Rajat Kapoor, says the event is a platform to appreciate consumers and part of the company's corporate social responsibility.
Why we did this is to create a win-win relationship. So we are doing very well in Nigeria. So we are experiencing success. And success is something, is not because of the organization alone, it's more because of the consumers and the customers who are buying the products.
Aside Wow washing detergents powder, the Wow Color and Wow Multi-Use, Henkel also have other high-quality products like Persil, Pewol, Viva, among others, across Nigerian markets and beyond. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
Those are the stories from the zone, but don't forget that you can follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live, on YouTube at NTA News Online. You can also visit Facebook at NTA Network News. Our Twitter handle is at NTA News Now, and on Instagram at NTA Network for updates. We will take another break. The network news will continue when we return. Please stay with us.
Get data unlimited to experience Dance Unlimited on Glow TV. Watch Battle of the Year and other amazing TV content with Glow TV data plans that will make you dance. Dial *777# to choose the right data plan for you.
To the right. Mila, you go to the left.
Thank you for the rejections. That taught me to keep striving. Thank you for the long hours. That taught me discipline. Thank you for the knockdowns. That taught me to bounce back. And for the unexpected victories, that taught me to never give up.
Please welcome Dr. Judiciary.
Thank you for making me who I am.
Any short, sharp pain is usually the first sign of sensitivity. The likelihood is the condition is probably going to get worse if you do nothing about it. I recommend Sensodyne. It actually goes inside the tooth and helps calm down the nerve right where we need it to act. Sensodyne is a brand that I know works.
Yes, but how? Just one question for you. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Oh, madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes.
To disinfect your toilet properly, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains remover. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning compared to regular detergent and bleach.
Wow!
If you wanna talk to mommy, if you wanna talk your baby, if you wanna run online, if you want plenty data, if you wanna go to let me hear you say this super.
The whole sensational world of Glow, now accessible through one code, *777#.
Not all washing powders are the same. Sunlight adds bursts of freshness to cleaning power to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and freshness that lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1, sensational cleaning with burst after burst of freshness. Introducing Sunlight with luxurious oud fragrance.
Frank Lampard will look to start his reign as Everton boss, with all 3 points winning side Leeds to right at Goodison Park. This Saturday, it's Everton versus Leeds United on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu, empowered by Integral.
Thanks for joining us. The oil vessel explosion that rocked Escravos in Warri Southwest local government area of Delta State has raised questions about maritime safety and environmental pollution. Rosemary Omani reports that stakeholders, however, rooting for necessary measures to forestall future occurrences.
A floating production, storage and offloading FPSO vessel called Trinity Spirit FPSO exploded on February 2, 2022 in Escravos, Warri, causing great fear and panic in the area. The cause of the explosion is yet unknown. 3 crew members who were on board the vessel at the time of the unfortunate incident were found alive after 3 days and are currently receiving treatment in an undisclosed hospital. Another crew member was found dead while 7 others are still missing. Effort to find them is on top gear, says the multinational company Sheba Exploration and Production Company Sepco Limited, in receivership, owners of the exploded vessel. A thorough cleanup exercise is also underway to limit the damage within the affected area. Deltans hope such should not happen again, as its negative effects are better unimagined.
It's unfortunate I lost most of my brothers.
They have a lot of equipment now that are locally made, designed for this kind of thing. So I'd like to call on them to please go out of their way to rescue.
The Chief Executive Officer, Sheba Exploration and Production Company Limited, SEPCO, in receivership, Ikemefuna Okafor, appreciated those who provided them with assistance. Rosemary Omani, NTA News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has recovered a vehicle which plunged into the Jabi Lake in Abuja. Ekenemi Williams, who ran into the recovery operation, reports that the sole occupant was unhurt. Her report.
Very horrible.
This was the scene we ran into on Friday afternoon as the FRSC pulled out the vehicle which plunged into the lake the previous night. The circumstances in which this solitary accident occurred is unknown, but eyewitnesses say the only occupant of the car came out of the accident virtually unhurt.
If a human can escape this kind of accident, that shows that there is God, there is truly a truth God. God exists.
We come today, we don't see the motor come inside. We don't know how the motor come, take, fly, go the other side.
However, Daniel Chisom, who claims to be the brother to the driver, provided this explanation.
He was coming back from his friend's place. So actually the father doesn't know that, and the mother doesn't know that he actually went out because he sneaked out of the house with a car because he had an accident 2 weeks ago with another car, which that car is still in mechanic today.
Do you think it was a case of drunk driving?
No, it wasn't a drunk driving. I don't think it was a drunk driving. I don't think so. Because it was checked yesterday. If he was drunk, he wasn't drunk, he was talking normal, so he wasn't drunk.
So how would a car on the highway...
I say he's overspeeding.
The road safety officials declined to speculate on what could have led to the accident and only indicated that there will be an investigation.
I can't tell you anything for now, until we go for our investigation to know.
Accidents are not infrequent on this highway, where people tend to step on the accelerators ever so often. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
And Sokoto is next. Sadia is standing by. Hello, Sadia.
20,849 people from 18 years and above are supposed to be vaccinated against COVID-19 daily in Sokoto State to enable the state to meet the mass vaccination campaign target introduced by the federal government. This came to the fore as the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, World Health Organization and the UNICEF paid an advocacy brief on Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal on COVID-19 vaccination and other primary healthcare services. Dalhatu Abdullahi reports.
From the emergence of COVID-19 pandemic, governments and health professionals across the globe have been battling on how to handle the deadly disease and care for the infected persons, as well as possible preventive measures. Various types of vaccines have been provided to serve as preventive mechanisms against the disease, in addition to several safety measures. Active community engagement remains a challenge on the level of adherence to safety measures, and vaccination, in which figures available, plays a key role in assessing performance in that regard. To this end, Sokoto has been identified as among the low-performing states in the COVID-19 vaccine uptake, and for the state to meet the target, 1,412,131, making the 50% of the eligible population need to be vaccinated against the pandemic between now and the end of March this year.
Government has actually provided all the necessary vaccines to make sure that the Sokoto community is protected.
So our visit is to come and sit and listen to the people of Sokoto State, the technical team, the operational arm of the government, to understand how the federal government can support Sokoto State citizens.
A lot of work needs to be done to increase the COVID-19 vaccination here in Sokoto and elsewhere in the country.
The advocacy visit also highlights the performance of Sokoto State government on COVID-19, routine immunization, reproductive, maternal, newborn, child and adolescent health services.
So I feel that we should all put our hands on deck and see that we reverse these very, very bad figures that we have here in Sokoto State.
In Sokoto, Dalhat Abdullahi, NTA News.
Operatives of the Zamfara State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps have raided some illegal mining sites in Talata Mafara local government area of the state. 10 suspected illegal miners alongside some exhibits were arrested during the operation. Jamilu Ibrahim has more.
It is a business as usual for these groups of artisanal miners, mostly energetic youths, who operate at some mining sites located at Motosgi district in Talata Mafara local government area of Zamfara state. The act glaringly contradicts the subsisting ban on mining activities in all parts of Zamfara state by the federal government.
We have resorted to engage in the activity so as to make ends meet, as the bandits have rustled all our animals.
Operatives of the anti-mining stock force of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps have raided the illegal mining sites for the enforcement of the ban. 10 group leaders of the artisanal miners have been consequently arrested alongside 9 suspected stacks of raw precious stones and some of their working tools. The suspects were eventually paraded at the Zamfara State NSCDC Command Headquarters Gusau. Spokesman for the command want all those engaged in mining activities across the state to desist from doing so, as the embargo is still in force.
We want to know the big man behind the marks, and that is the essence of apprehending them, so that we could go further with the investigation and then see if we could get something out of it.
The NSCDC Zamfara State Command says all the suspects will be charged to court soonest. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
You can follow this news broadcast live on our website nta.ng/live and on YouTube channel NTA News Online. You can also visit our Twitter handle at NTA News Now, our Facebook page NTA Network News, and Instagram NTA Network for updates. More news after this break. Stay with
us. To the right. Mila, you go to the left.
Thank you for the rejections. That taught me to keep striving. Thank you for the long hours. That taught me discipline. Thank you for the knockdowns. That taught me to bounce back. And for the unexpected victories, that taught me to never give up.
Please welcome Dr. Advocacy.
Thank you for making me who I am.
Yes.
But how?
Just one question for you. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Oh, madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes.
To disinfect your toilet properly, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains remover. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning compared to regular detergent and bleach. Wow!
Judges of Nigerian Idol Season 7 are ready. The stage is set, and now it's time for you to impress.
Nigerian Idol Season 7, showing every Sunday on Africa Magic Urban and Family.
Thanks for joining us. The Federal Mortgage Bank has refuted reports on the social media that its boardroom and operational documents were destroyed in the fire that broke out on Wednesday. Authorities of the bank spoke to journalists after touring the facility to confirm the extent of the damage. Charles Alpha reports.
Come and confirm by yourself. Not any sensitive department of the bank that was affected by this fire. The only place that was affected is the third floor, portion of the third floor, where we have some support staff.
Several reports had emerged on the social media after the fire broke out late Wednesday at the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. In the reports were claims that the current board had set the bank on fire to cover their infractions, with their tenure gradually coming to an end. The reports also alleged that the entire bank's creation, the boardroom, operational documents and other valuables were razed down in the fire. But a tour around the bank by the media to ascertain the extent of damages showed otherwise. Only a section of the third floor where the support staff were based were destroyed, sparing core sections such as the loan administration unit, mortgages, finance, internal audit and ICT unit.
We've taken you around the building, every floor, and just a section of the third floor that got burnt, where the support team working with the MD was affected. On that floor, we have other critical functions like internal audit, like the board secretariat. We've taken you into all those rooms, and you can see that, there wasn't any incident.
I'm particularly impressed with your media houses for finding time to come and see for yourself.
The bank resumes full operations on Monday after cleanup and has assured customers that their records and valuables are safe, urging customers and Nigerians to disregard contrary reports on the social media. In Abuja, Charles Alpha, NTA News.
And that's it on the news. But before we go, don't forget to join NTA in the fight against rape and rapists. I am Jumwei Yusuf.
We want to talk about rights, there are obligations. I'm not saying that this government is a saint, it's very far from it. But there are things that we can do to make it better, and that's the challenge I'm throwing to you. You don't want to build this nation? I don't know where else you want to go. If I had a choice, I'll come back. When I stand outside and I hear what you have to say about this country that I know that I can die for as one, then I'm really sad because you're young. You have education. You have tools. You have a huge future ahead of you. And you're condemning yourself before you started on that journey. So please don't do that. Please don't.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Candidates who are interested in gaining admission into NTA-TV College, JOS, for the 2021-2022 two-year National Innovation Diploma Program are to apply for admission through the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB. Courses available for application include Film and Television Production, Broadcast Journalism, and Television Engineering Technology. Such candidates must have a minimum of 5 O-level credits in relevant subjects including English language and mathematics. For inquiries, please call 0803-079-5335 or 0806-980-9807. Management Announcer.
The Nigerian aviation sector is rapidly growing with the construction of new international airport terminals in several regions of the country. The new Murtala Mohammed International Airport has an estimated passenger increase of 30 million annually and 15 million for Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Malam Aminu Kano International Airport is also expected to open new frontiers for the region with more travel capacity for the annual Hajj, while the new Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, avails more business opportunities connecting the industrial cities in the region to the world. These new terminals beat world-class standards with enabling infrastructure that aid air travel, tourism, and the eventual growth of the country's GDP.
Open up commerce and, of course, link us to international societies.
People from international community will come here to do business, and then that will bring in more revenue to the state.
Now, distances can be seamlessly covered as Nigeria keeps raising its bar to suit global infrastructure standards.
Contemporary times require practical skills to remain competitive and relevant in your organization. Therefore, take advantage of NTA-TV College Short Proficiency courses to sharpen your professional skills. Computer Appreciation for Media Practitioners, date 21st February to 28th February 2022, 1 week. English Grammar and Pronunciation for Broadcasters, date 1st March to 25th March, 4 weeks. Administrative Principles, Processes and Practices, date 11th March to 31st March 2022, 4 weeks. Modern Trends in Broadcast Media Marketing, date 14th March to 13th April 2022, 4 weeks. Basic Broadcast Accounting and Auditing, date 4th April to 19th April 2022, 2 weeks. The course fee for the 1 week course is 100,000 Naira per participant. The fee for the 2 week course is 150,000 Naira, while the course fee for the 4 week course is 180,000 Naira only, accommodation inclusive. The venue for all courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA-TV College, near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos. For more inquiries, please call 0803-314-4383 or 0806-980-9807. NTA-TV College, training you to be the best you want to be.
Frank Lampard will look to start his reign as Everton boss with all 3 points when his side meets the White at Goodison Park. This Saturday, it's Everton versus Leeds United on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 3:30 p.m. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu, empowered by Integral.